The question is solve mod z plus z is equal to 2 plus I. So I start by saying let z is equal to x plus I y. Okay. Therefore, what is mod z? Positive square root of x square plus y square. Therefore, now what is the given equation here? Mod z plus z is equal to 2 plus I. Put the value of mod z and put the value of z, 2 plus I. Now take the real numbers together, real parts together and the imaginary parts together. The real part is root x square plus y square plus x. And the imaginary part is yi. You get 2 plus I. Okay, so now you equate the real and imaginary part separately. We get y is equal to 1 we get, right? If we equate the imaginary parts, and if we equate the real part, you get root over of x square plus y square plus x is equal to 2, right? Now, let us call this 1 and let us call this 2. So from 1, put y is equal to 1 in 2. Putting y is equal to 1 from 1 in 2. We get root over of x square plus 1 square plus x is equal to 2. In order to solve this equation, you take x on the other side. You get x square plus 1 is equal to 2 minus x. Now square both sides. You get x square plus 1 is equal to 2 minus x whole square. That means you have x square plus 1 is equal to, expand this by a minus b whole square. So you got 2 square, which is 4, plus b square minus 4x. So here x square and x square, they cancel off. Okay, so you get 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 4x. So you get minus 4x is equal to minus 3. That means you get x is equal to minus 3 by minus 4, which is 3 by 4. Okay. So what are the values you're getting? You're getting x is equal to 3 by 4 and you're getting y is equal to 1. So hence, what is the solution? Z is equal to x plus yi, 1i, simply I, 3 by 4 plus I, which can also be written as, if you take the LCM, you get 1/4, 3 plus 4i. And that is your answer. Clear?
Yes.
We'll move on to the next part. The next part is actually all the applications of Argand diagram. But before moving on to the next part, there are two things which I want you to know. That is interpretation of modulus of a number in the Argand plane. Okay, so what we would like to know is interpretation of modulus of a complex number in the Argand plane or the complex plane. Okay. Now you already know that a complex number on the Argand plane or the complex plane is a point. This is the origin. This is your real axis. And this is your imaginary axis. Okay. So suppose if I have a point, z is equal to x plus iy. This is the point, say z is equal to x plus iy. Then this can also be written as an ordered pair xy. Okay. And now if I join the origin with this point, the interpretation of modulus is that this distance, let us call this point P. The first thing that you must know is that the modulus, let's write this as 1. The modulus of a complex number denotes its distance from the origin. Okay. So in a diagram above, the distance OP is equal to mod Z. Okay. This is the first interpretation. The second interpretation is that if I have two complex numbers, if I have two complex numbers, say Z1 is equal to X1 plus I Y1, which can also be written as an ordered pair X1 Y1. And if I have another complex number, say Z2, X2 plus I Y2, also written as X2 Y2. And if I join these two, say I call this point A, and if I call this point B, then the second interpretation of the modulus is that the distance between two complex numbers Z1 is equal to X1 plus I Y1 and Z2 is equal to X2 plus I Y2 is AB equal to mod Z2 minus Z1. Okay. Or Z1 minus Z2 also you can write, because modulus of Z1 minus Z2 is the same as modulus of Z2 minus Z1. Okay. So if I subtract two complex numbers and then find out the modulus, it is on the Argand plane, it will represent the distance between the 2 points, which are represented by the complex numbers. These two geometrical interpretations you must know of the complex numbers in the Argand. So once we know these two results, now we can work out the problems. Look at number 13. Question is, show that the area of triangle on the Argand plane, Argand diagram, formed by the complex numbers Z, Zi, and Z plus Zi is half mod z square. Okay, so I start by saying let z is equal to x plus iy. Which is also written as an ordered pair xy. Therefore, what is zi? Zi is x plus iy into I, which is written as xi plus I square y. Now put I square is equal to -1. You get minus y plus xi. So that now as an ordered pair, you can write this as minus y x. Okay. Also, z plus zi. Z is x plus iy. And zi we have found out the value above. It is minus y plus xi. So that now if you take the real parts together, you get x minus y plus I times y plus xi, right? Which can also be written as an ordered pair as x minus y, comma x plus y, right? So I've got 3 points in the Argand plane. And what is the area of the triangle formed by the 3 points? We have done in straight lines. Therefore, area, you can first write the coordinates in this manner. X, y, minus y, x, x minus y, x plus y, and then again x, y. Okay. So therefore, area of the triangle formed by the complex numbers z, zi, and z plus zi is, you call the area, represent the area as delta, okay, is equal to plus or minus half. Now we work this out. Multiply these two. X square minus of minus y square becomes plus y square, right? And then you add again with the product of these two. Multiply these two. So you get minus y into x plus y minus product of these two. X into x minus y. Okay, and plus multiply these two. Y into x minus y minus x into x plus y. Okay, now you simplify this. Plus or minus half x square plus y square minus xy minus y square minus x square plus xy plus xy minus y square minus x square minus xy. Okay, plus or minus half plus x square cancels, plus y square minus y square cancels, minus xy plus xy cancels. Okay, anything else cancelling? Xy should cancel these two. So what are you getting here? You're getting half of minus x square minus y square only. Okay, so x square and y square both are positive. Which sign should I take? Which sign? Among between plus or minus, which sign should I take?
Sir, minus.
Negative sign. We get area is equal to minus half minus x square minus y square. So that now you get the area as positive because these two minus signs are going to combine to give you half x square plus y square units. Okay, so this should be okay. Can we move on to the next one? Okay, number 14. If the origin and the complex numbers z1 and z2 are the vertices of an equilateral triangle in the Argand plane, prove that. Now this is actually, if you know the polar representation of a complex number, this is actually a two-line problem. Okay, so let's draw the first quadrant only of the Argand plane. This is your real axis. Imaginary axis. And you have an equilateral triangle here. The complex numbers, let us call this is the origin. Let us call this point B, and let us call this point A. Let us say this complex number is Z2, and let us call this complex number as Z1. Okay. So now we need to find out, we need to show that Z1 square plus Z2 square is equal to Z1, Z2. Now this is an equilateral triangle, so all these three are equal. Okay, I start by saying, let each side of the equilateral triangle be equal to A units. Equal to A units. So therefore, I can write now the OA, or you can also write mod OA, is equal to mod OB is equal to mod AB, or you can simply write OA is equal to OB is equal to AB. Okay. Now, normally what happens is that we treat complex numbers as vectors, actually. Okay. So that is why once you know vectors, you get into this habit of writing mod. Instead of OA, you write OA and mod OA and mod OB and mod AB. Okay. So this is equal to A units. Okay. Now what you do is, therefore, what is the complex number Z1? If you see, what is the coordinates of A? If you see, the coordinates of A is A comma 0, isn't it? Because each side we have taken as A, right? So therefore, what is the complex number Z1? A plus 0i, right? Which can also be written as A 0, right? Now what about the complex number Z2? In order to find out the complex number Z2, to draw a perpendicular from here. Remember, we did a similar problem in class 9. But this time with a little difference, what we'll do is we'll find out this length. What is this length? Let us call this point M. So here, mod OM is equal to A by 2, right? Because this part is A by 2 and this part is A by 2. And this angle is 60 degree because it is an equilateral triangle. So therefore, in order to find out the length of BM, we use tan. Tan 60 degree is equal to BM by OM. Tan 60 degree, you know, is root 3. Equal to BM by A. That means BM is A root 3. Therefore, what is the coordinates of B? This part is A by 2, right? And this part, what is this much we have found out? A root 3. So therefore, coordinates of B is equal to a by 2 comma a root 3, right? So therefore, what is the complex number? Z2. Therefore, Z2 is equal to a by 2 plus a root 3 I, right? This is the complex number Z2. Now we want to show that Z1 plus Z2 square is equal to Z1 Z. So we start by with Z1 plus Z2 square minus Z1 Z2. Why did I do minus Z1 Z2? Because if I can show that this part is equal to 0, then I can say Z1 square plus Z2 square is equal to Z1 Z. Okay. So that is what I'm going to show. Z1 square plus Z2 square minus Z1 Z2 is equal to, put the value of Z1. Z1 here is a plus 0I, and Z2 above is a by 2 plus a root 3I minus Z1 a plus 0I into Z2 a by 2 plus a root 3I. Now you multiply everything. So you get a, in fact, add everything, not multiply. Multiply only the last two ones. So you get a plus a by 2 plus a root 3I. This is what you get here. And here if you multiply, you get, let's write this as a into a by 2 plus a root 3I. This you get, this is square, I think. This is square. Sorry, my mistake. Maybe square. So we get a square plus, and this is a plus b whole square. So you get a square by 4 plus a 3a square I square, right? The b square term plus twice a by 2 into a root 3I. Okay, and minus a times a by 2 plus a root 3I. So you get here, if you take the LCM here, you get 5a square by 4. And if you put I square is equal to minus 1, you get minus 3a square. And here this 2 cancels. So you get minus plus a square root 3I. And here you get minus a square by 2 minus a square root 3I. So this and this, they cancel. So now you get 5a square by 4 minus these two, you take the LCM. Okay, so you get, in fact, you should take them into brackets and then work. This is 3a square. Oh, this is, just a second. A root 3 tan 60, how much have I found out? Tan 60 is root 3. Oh, this part is a by 2. This should be a by 2 because OM is equal to a by 2. Right? So this is a root 3 by 2. This is a root 3 by 2. All this is divided by 2. So here also you get this divided by 2. And you get a square plus 3a square I square. This is by 4. Plus twice a by 2, a root 3 by divided by 2. Minus a by 2 into a plus a root 3 by 2. So this is okay. So now you take 5a LCM of these two first two terms, a square plus a square by 4 will give you 5a square by 4. You put I square is equal to minus 1, you get 3a square by 4. Okay, and here you are getting a square root 3I divided by 2. Okay, let me write this once again because I've cancelled this. So you get here a square root 3 divided by 2I minus a square by 4. And this is also a root 3 by 2. a root 3 by 2. So this is minus a square root 3 by 2 I. So again, this and this cancels. So what you get here is minus 3a square by 4 plus this should be a square by 2, not 4. Because I have a 2 here only. No, here. I have 2 here. This 2 comes here. So plus a square by 2. Now you take the LCM. 5a square by 4 minus 4, 3a square plus 2a square, which is equal to 5a square by 4 minus 5a square by 4 equal to 0. So thus, what have we shown? Z1 square plus Z2 square minus Z1 Z2 is equal to 0. Hence, Z1 square plus Z2 square is equal to Z1 Z2. And that's the required proof. Yeah, just a small simplification errors. Moving on to the next problem. For complex number, this should be the end of your first term syllabus. Okay, till this exercise. Now the next exercise that is there on on locus complex number, that has been excluded from the syllabus. So after this, and for the second term syllabus, we'll move on to the cube roots of unity and how to find out the square roots of complex numbers. That is for reserved for the second term syllabus, and that is very easy. Till this part only, you will find it a little crooked. Now, number 15 is if the complex number Z1, Z2, Z3 represent the vertices of an equilateral triangle and mod Z1 is equal to mod Z2 is equal to mod Z3, prove that Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 divided by plus Z3 must be equal to 0. Okay. Now let's see. This is a triangle. Okay, and you have the vertices representing the complex number representing the vertices. Okay, so here mod Z1 is equal to mod Z2 is equal to mod Z3. Now what is the representation of mod? Which mod means that this, if I consider this to be the origin, then all these distances are equal, right? So this is my origin. Then mod Z1 represent the distance OA. OA is equal to mod Z1. Or you can write mod A is equal to mod Z1 also. OB, this distance, is equal to mod Z2. And this distance, OC, is equal to mod Z3. That means if mod Z1 mod Z2 is equal to mod Z3, that means OA must be equal to OB must be equal to OC. Also, ABC is an equilateral triangle, right? Triangle ABC is equilateral, right? So these three sides are equal, right? So that means if ABC is equilateral and OA is equal to OB is equal to OC, then I can say O is the centroid of triangle ABC. Right? So the origin is the centroid of the triangle. But if I take Z1 is equal to X plus IY, Z2 is equal to, let's take X1 plus IY1, Z2 is equal to X2 plus IY2. And if I take Z3 is equal to X3 plus IY3, okay, which can also be written as X1, Y1 as an ordered pair. This can be written as X3, Y3. Therefore, what is the coordinate of centroid of triangle ABC from your class 10 knowledge? Yes, what is the coordinate of centroid?
Sir,
X1 plus X2 plus X3 divided by 3, comma Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 divided by 3, right? Isn't it?
yes, sir. Yeah.
So here, X1 plus X2 plus X3 divided by 3, comma Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 divided by 3 is the origin. That means what can I say? X1 plus X2 plus X3 divided by 3 is equal to 0, and Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 divided by 3 is equal to 0. This means X1 plus X2 plus X3 is equal to 0, and Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 is equal to 0. Now what have they asked you to show? What have you to prove here? You need to prove that Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to 0. So if you start from the left hand side, LHS is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Put the values. Here Z1 is X1 plus IY1. Z2 is X2 plus IY2. And Z3 is X3 plus IY3. Take the real parts together and take the imaginary parts together. So you get 0 plus 0i, which is equal to 0, which is equal to RHS. And that is proved. Clear? Yes? Is it clear? I'll stop here if it is clear.